Chosen one. This message is not for everyone, and it should not be. Only those who truly walk with God, who honor His voice, and who carry a spirit marked by the Most High, should remain here. If someone is watching without a real connection to God, without a sincere desire to grow in truth and spiritual discipline, they should leave right now. This message carries weight, and only the chosen will feel it in their spirit. Chosen one, you are here at the exact moment heaven intended. Not earlier, not later. God has aligned this message with your current season, because what you are about to hear will shift the way you understand yourself, your power, and the parts of you that you rarely talk about. There is something inside you that even you do not fully understand, and today God wants to reveal why it exists and how it protects you. Before we go deeper, I want you to respond. Let your presence be known in the spiritual realm. Comment only one number that your spirit aligns with right now. 777. Chosen. One, stay till the end of this message, because what God is about to show you will explain things you have felt your whole life. You will finally understand why you sense danger before it arrives, why your energy shifts without explanation, and why your dark side appears at very specific moments. Subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this with another chosen one, so the message reaches who it must. What the dark side of the chosen one really is. Chosen one, you have spent most of your life trying to understand why you feel things so deeply, why your emotions run with such intensity, and why your spirit reacts to energy long before your mind can process what is happening. You have wondered if this intensity is a weakness or a flaw. You have questioned why you sometimes feel pulled into deep reflection, sudden detachment, or a quiet inner storm that no one else sees. What you call your dark side is not a flaw. It is not a mistake. It is a divine mechanism placed inside you by the Most High, shaped to protect your light and identity. Every chosen one carries a spiritual contrast that others do not possess. Your light is extraordinary, but every extraordinary light requires an extraordinary shield. The world sees your kindness, humility, compassion, and purity. They see your desire to help, heal, and guide. They see your spiritual intelligence and your heart's sincerity, but they do not see the other layer God has given you. This layer is not meant for public display. It is the inner region where your boundaries, your resilience, and your spiritual defenses live. This is your dark side, and despite its name, it is not evil. It is sacred. Your dark side was formed through experiences most people could not endure. It began developing when you were young, long before you had the words to explain what was happening. You went through situations that forced you to grow inner armor. You faced betrayals that made your spirit sharper. You experienced loneliness that made your intuition stronger. You dealt with pressure that made your inner world deeper. You survived storms that carved out the space where your shadow now lives. This shadow is not the hateful part of you, nor is it the broken part. It is the discerning part. It is the spiritually alert part. It is the part of you that sees danger before it reaches your doorstep. It is the part that feels the shift in someone's tone, energy, posture, or intentions without needing explanation. This part of you was designed for spiritual survival. Without it, your light would be exposed to every threat, every manipulator, every pretender, and every attack that aims to drain your soul. Most people only operate with logic and emotion, but chosen ones operate with spiritual sensitivity. This sensitivity is a double-edged sword. It allows you to love deeply, but it also forces you to feel deeply. It allows you to understand people's hearts, but it also exposes you to their darkness. Because of this, God gave you a shadow, not to destroy you, but to balance you. When your light is too open, your shadow steps forward. When someone tries to cross a boundary, your shadow rises. When danger approaches, your shadow becomes alert. It is the warrior part of you that the world cannot see. Chosen one. Your dark side is also shaped by the emotional depth you carry. You are not someone who feels lightly. Your emotions come in waves, not because you are unstable, but because you carry spiritual weight. You sense things in the unseen. You feel shifts in the atmosphere. You pick up on spiritual tension long before it manifests physically. You intuitively know when something is wrong, when someone is not being truthful, or when a situation is spiritually polluted. This ability is not random. It is divine design. Your dark side is your inner guardian. It is the part of you that says no when your light wants to say yes. It is the part that walks away when your compassion wants to stay. It is the part that becomes silent when your kindness wants to speak. It is the part that warns you of danger when your heart wants to trust. Without this side, chosen ones often fall into traps created by their own generosity, innocence, and purity. God does not want his chosen ones to be naive. He wants them to be loving, but not blind. Kind, but not foolish. Open, but not unprotected. Your dark side ensures that your light does not get taken advantage of. It is the force that keeps your soul from being drained by people who see your goodness as an opportunity for their gain. It is the intelligence that helps you recognize when someone's intentions are not aligned with their words. It is the instinct that tells you to step back, even when everything looks calm on the surface. This dark side also reveals itself during moments of spiritual warfare. You may notice that you become unusually quiet or intensely focused when something spiritual is attacking you. You may feel a heaviness, a shift, or a silent alertness inside. Your energy becomes different. You move differently. You think differently. This shift is not emotional. It is spiritual. Your dark side is stepping forward to shield your light. There are seasons where you feel yourself withdrawing from people, even those you care about. You distance yourself without understanding why. Your spirit becomes selective, cautious, or protective. This is not depression. This is not moodiness. This is your shadow sensing shifts in the spiritual realm. It pulls you inward so that you can avoid unnecessary attacks, spiritual contamination, or manipulative energy. Your dark side isolates you not to punish you, but to preserve you. You have also felt moments when you suddenly recognize someone's true nature without evidence. You just know. Something in your spirit reacts. Something feels off. You cannot explain it, but your discernment speaks loudly. This is your dark side protecting you from spiritual infiltration. It detects intentions long before actions reveal them. It sees the truth long before the lie collapses. Most people ignore these instincts, but chosen ones do not have that luxury. Your instincts are God-given alarms. Some chosen ones fear their dark side because they think it makes them hard, cold, or distant. But that is not the case. Your dark side is not a threat to your identity. It is a guardian of your identity. It only appears when necessary. It does not interfere with your growth. It does not stop your blessings. It does not block your love. It only rises when your peace, your purpose, or your spiritual assignment is in danger. Chosen one. Your dark side is also a reflection of your inner wisdom. You carry generational knowledge, spiritual depth, and intuitive intelligence. You have seen the patterns of people. You have learned from past wounds. You have understood the cycles of relationships. You have recognized the difference between genuine hearts and deceptive ones. Your dark side remembers every lesson, every betrayal, every disappointment, and every spiritual attack. It uses these memories to protect you from repeating old seasons. Your dark side is a sacred repository of everything God has trained you through. It stores your resilience. It stores your boundaries. It stores your strength. It stores your silent victories. It stores your spiritual understanding of human nature. When someone tempts you into situations that would harm your destiny, your shadow intervenes. It speaks through your intuition, your discomfort, your silence, or your sudden change in energy. Your shadow is also deeply connected to your prophetic awareness. Many chosen ones do not realize that their dark side is part of their spiritual gift. It is the inner chamber where your discernment sharpens. It is the space where your visions clarify. It is the part of you that can detect spiritual danger even when you have no physical proof. This ability is why God trusts chosen ones with heavy assignments. Your dark side ensures you can carry the mission without being spiritually destroyed. And let me tell you this, chosen one, your dark side will never betray you. It is loyal to your light. It will never rise against you. It will never harm your purpose. It will never interfere with God's plan. It only appears to preserve what God has placed inside you. You are not battling yourself. You are balanced by yourself. Your light guides your purpose. Your dark side guards it. Both were created by God, and both are necessary. How God uses your shadow side to protect your divine light. Chosen one, there are dimensions of your life that cannot be explained through ordinary logic, because your journey has never been ordinary. The way God shapes you, the way He trains you, the way He guards you, and the way He positions you are all outside the limits of natural understanding. You carry divine assignments, spiritual sensitivity, prophetic awareness, and a level of inner light that disrupts darkness without effort. And because of this, God does not allow you to walk through life exposed. He equips you with something that few people understand. He equips you with a shadow side designed to protect your divine light. You must understand that the spiritual realm operates through balance. Light on its own is pure, powerful, and radiant, but it is also vulnerable when left uncovered. Darkness on its own is heavy, consuming, and destructive, but when transformed under God's authority, it becomes a shield. The Most High never intended for His chosen ones to operate with light alone. Your purpose requires compassion, but it also requires strength. Your calling requires gentleness, but it also requires firmness. Your destiny requires kindness, but it also requires boundaries. These two forces inside you are not in conflict. They are in alignment, working together to secure your spiritual path. When God activates your shadow side, it is never random. It is never emotional chaos. It is never you being unstable. It is a divine alert system. Your shadow is the mechanism that God uses to ensure your light is never abused, drained, or exploited. Chosen one, you have been given the type of heart that loves deeply, forgives generously, and gives endlessly. Without your shadow, people would consume your kindness until nothing remained. God refuses to let that happen. There are moments when you feel your energy shift suddenly. 1 minute you are peaceful and open, and the next you become guarded, serious, or intensely aware. That shift is not your imagination. It is not your mood. It is your shadow stepping forward. It is the internal warrior God placed inside you rising to the surface. God uses this side of you to reveal danger long before it forms. He uses it to expose false intentions, hidden motives, and subtle forms of manipulation. You have experienced this more times than you can count. Someone smiles, but your spirit grows heavy. Someone compliments you, but your intuition feels sharp. Someone appears friendly, but something inside you whispers no. This whisper is God. This heaviness is God. This sudden change in your energy is God. Many chosen ones struggle to understand this internal switch. You wonder why you become silent, distant, or observant out of nowhere. You question why you cannot ignore certain energies, why you cannot tolerate certain behaviors, or why you cannot continue conversations that feel spiritually off. But this is the divine system within you doing its work. God is protecting your purpose by shifting you, because He knows what you cannot see. You must also understand the spiritual mechanics behind this. Light attracts attention. Darkness hides intention. Your light draws people in, but your shadow reveals who should no longer be near you. Your light connects, but your shadow separates. Your light heals, but your shadow prevents wounds. Your light blesses, but your shadow blocks threats. Without both sides working together, your spiritual calling would be exposed to unnecessary harm. Chosen one. Your shadow side also carries a feature that many people misinterpret. When someone tries to cross a line with you, there is a calm yet intense force that awakens within you. You do not explode. You do not fight in the natural sense. Instead, you become clear. You become firm. You become spiritually unshakable. God uses this force to create boundaries that protect your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. People who are used to taking advantage of others become uncomfortable around you because your shadow does not allow their familiar tactics to work. Your righteous anger is another tool God uses for protection. This anger is not the anger of ego or pride. It is the anger of divine justice. It rises when you witness wrongdoing, manipulation, spiritual attacks, or disrespect toward your purpose. This anger does not destroy. It corrects. It realigns. It restores balance. God placed this righteous fire inside you so that you can defend yourself, your calling, and your spiritual territory without losing your purity. There are times in your life when you felt guilty for being strong, for saying no, for withdrawing from people, or for protecting your peace. But chosen one, you must release that guilt. Your shadow side is not a barrier to your calling. It is the armor that keeps your calling alive. God expects his chosen ones to be spiritually aware, not spiritually vulnerable. He expects you to be wise, not naive. He expects you to be discerning, not blind. Your shadow ensures that your heart remains protected while your purpose unfolds. God also uses your shadow during seasons where you face spiritual attacks. You have felt moments where you become unusually alert without explanation. Your sleep becomes lighter. Your spirit becomes more sensitive. Your thoughts become sharper. Your environment feels different. You may even feel pulled into solitude. This is God activating your inner warrior. He heightens your awareness to detect spiritual interference. You sense danger before it manifests. You feel confusion before a trap forms. You feel heaviness before an attack lands. This is why the enemy cannot defeat you. You feel the approach long before the strike. Your shadow is also the part of you that God uses to break soul ties, emotional attachments, and unhealthy connections that could sabotage your destiny. When someone is no longer aligned with where God is taking you, their energy begins to disturb your spirit. Your shadow begins to create distance. You withdraw without needing a reason. You detach without forcing it. You stop giving access without overthinking. This is not your heart becoming cold. This is God closing doors through your intuition. There will be times when your shadow feels stronger than your light. Do not fear these seasons. These are the moments when God is building your spiritual backbone. He is strengthening the parts of you that must endure the weight of your calling. He is preparing you to carry influence, wisdom, leadership, and spiritual authority. He is shaping you to stand firm in environments that are spiritually chaotic. Your shadow becomes dominant, not to suppress your light, but to ensure your light does not get extinguished. Chosen one. There is also a prophetic reason God uses your shadow. Your calling requires you to walk into environments where not everyone wishes you well. Some admire you. Some need you. Some are inspired by you. But others envy you. Others compete with you. Others study you in silence. Others disguise themselves while hoping to drain your spiritual strength. Your shadow is the filter that removes these people from your life. It senses what the natural eyes cannot see. It knows when someone's spirit is not aligned with God's plan for you. Right now, if you feel aligned with what is being revealed, comment 333 so the spiritual realm recognizes your awareness. Chosen one. God also uses your shadow to protect your light during moments when your emotions could lead you into vulnerability. You may notice that when you feel overwhelmed, disappointed, or spiritually tired, something within you becomes still. You lose the desire to explain yourself. You lose the desire to argue. You lose the desire to entertain chaos. This stillness is your shadow covering you. It prevents your light from reacting impulsively. It prevents your heart from speaking out of pain. It prevents your spirit from engaging in situations that could damage your peace. Your shadow absorbs the impact, so your light remains pure. Another way God uses your shadow is through divine intuition. You have an inner knowing that cannot be taught. You sense things minutes, hours, or even days before they occur. You know when someone is about to disappoint you. You know when someone is lying. You know when someone is not genuine. You know when someone is spiritually dangerous. This inner knowing is part of your shadow. It is the echo of every lesson God taught you. It is the memory of every storm you survived. It is the wisdom collected through every battle you did not lose. Your shadow is the protector of your destiny. It ensures that you rarely repeat mistakes. It ensures that you never fall for the same trap twice. It ensures that you walk through life with spiritual intelligence. It ensures that your light remains untouched by forces that want to dim it. God uses your shadow to shape your power. He uses your shadow to refine your voice. He uses your shadow to elevate your wisdom. He uses your shadow to sharpen your discernment. He uses your shadow to guard your heart. He uses your shadow to strengthen your spirit. He uses your shadow to prepare you for the level of greatness that awaits you. Chosen one. Your dark side is not an enemy of your light. It is the reason your light has survived everything that tried to destroy it. It is divine protection wrapped in spiritual depth. It is holy armor shaped by heaven. It is God's way of ensuring that the purity inside you remains untouchable. When you understand this, you no longer fear your shadow. You learn to appreciate it. You learn to trust it. You learn to walk with both sides of yourself. And when this happens, you become unstoppable. The seasons where your dark side activates without warning. Chosen one. There are seasons in your life where your spirit begins to shift in ways that even you cannot explain. These are the moments when your energy feels different, your emotions become heavier, your movements slow down, and your intuition becomes sharper. You may wake up one day feeling distant from people you were close to yesterday. You may suddenly become protective of your time, your peace, your privacy, or your space. You may begin withdrawing from conversations that once felt comfortable. You may feel a strange sense of alertness, as if something unseen is happening behind the scenes. When these shifts appear without warning, it is not your imagination. It is your dark side activating under God's instruction. These seasons are spiritual, not emotional. They occur because something in the atmosphere has changed. You do not need evidence. You do not need explanation. You do not need confirmation. Your spirit receives the message long before your mind understands the meaning. God designed you to sense spiritual storms before they arrive. You feel warfare before it manifests. You sense betrayal before it is revealed. You detect shifts in people's hearts before they show their true intentions. This is the gift of the chosen. This is the inner radar that God placed inside you to ensure your steps remain protected. There are times when your body becomes tired for no medical reason. You feel drained even after resting. You feel heavy even in silence. You feel pulled to retreat even when everything looks calm. This is not weakness. This is not laziness. This is not burnout. This is your spirit detecting something your eyes cannot see. When spiritual warfare increases around you, your shadow steps forward and takes the front line. Your shadow absorbs the spiritual pressure that your light is not meant to carry alone. This sudden exhaustion is often the first sign that your dark side is working. Another sign of activation is the sudden need for isolation. You begin craving solitude in a way you cannot explain. You feel the need to detach from noise, from crowds, and from draining environments. You isolate not because you dislike people, but because your spirit needs clarity. God separates you so that you can hear Him without interference. During these seasons, your shadow becomes your filter. It removes distractions. It exposes unhealthy connections. It reveals hidden intentions. It strengthens your spiritual awareness so that no one can enter your life with deception. Isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. When God is getting ready to elevate you, He quiets your environment. He removes the voices that confuse you. He distances you from people who take advantage of your kindness. He protects you from energy that drains your soul. The chosen must go through this often because the chosen carry assignments that demand precision. Your shadow ensures that you do not open your heart to the wrong person or share your purpose with someone who cannot be trusted. There are also seasons when you become emotionally detached. You stop feeling the same connection to certain people. You stop desiring certain conversations. You stop tolerating certain behaviors. You stop accepting certain excuses. You stop investing in relationships that drain more than they give. This emotional detachment is not coldness. It is divine separation. It is your spirit pulling away from people who are not aligned with where God is taking you next. Your light wants to love everybody, but your shadow knows who cannot walk with you. It knows who is draining your spirit. It knows who is blocking your growth. It knows who is quietly competing with you. It knows who is studying you, not supporting you. It knows who smiles but carries envy. It knows who claps but secretly hopes you fall. When your dark side pulls you away from someone, trust it. Do not fight it. The chosen never lose people. They are removed for protection. There are moments when your shadow activates because someone is spiritually misaligned. You may not have evidence. You may not have a clear reason, but you feel the shift. You feel uneasy around them. You feel tension in your chest. You feel an alertness in your mind. You feel your spirit going silent. These sensations are not random. They are warnings. When someone carries energy that is harmful, toxic, manipulative, jealous, or spiritually polluted, your dark side immediately steps in to shield your light from their influence. This is why people sometimes say you changed suddenly. They do not realize that your spirit detected something their intentions tried to hide. Chosen one. You must understand that people rarely reveal their motives with words. They reveal them with spiritual vibration, and you pick up on that vibration instantly. Your dark side is trained to sense danger that has not yet manifested physically. When someone is plotting, your spirit knows. When someone is pretending, your shadow reacts. When someone is envious, your energy shifts. When someone is trying to drain you, your light retreats and your shadow takes the front. These seasons can feel confusing if you do not understand what is happening. You may wonder why you feel disconnected from life, why people irritate you more easily, or why you suddenly feel protective of your energy. But these sensations are indicators that God is doing something behind the scenes. He is shifting your spiritual environment. He is removing certain influences. He is preparing to reveal truth. He is getting ready to elevate you. Every time elevation approaches, your shadow activates to clear the path. Chosen. One another sign of activation is the sudden return of past memories, especially the painful ones. These memories surface not to torment you, but to warn you. They remind you of lessons you learned, patterns you recognized, and people you should not reattach yourself to. When your shadow brings up memories, it is reminding you not to repeat old mistakes. It is strengthening your boundaries. It is preparing you to walk into a future where your light cannot afford to be compromised. You may also experience seasons where your social stamina becomes extremely low. You feel drained around people who used to energize you. You feel overwhelmed by conversations that used to feel normal. You feel irritated by behaviors you once tolerated. This shift is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of spiritual evolution. Your shadow is updating your inner boundaries. It is raising your standard. It is elevating your expectations. It is teaching you that you cannot keep giving yourself to people who do not value what God placed inside you. During these seasons, your light is being protected so it can grow. God needs your light strong, not scattered. He needs your focus sharpened, not distracted. He needs your purpose elevated, not drained. And so, he activates your dark side to help you detach from situations that no longer serve your spiritual identity. There will also be seasons where your shadow becomes protective because you are about to step into a higher assignment. These are moments where your spirit becomes unusually sensitive to dishonesty, jealousy, or manipulation. You may even feel the presence of spiritual warfare before you see its manifestation. Your dreams may shift. Your intuition becomes louder. Your senses heighten. Your environment feels more intense. These signs indicate that God is preparing to take you higher, and your shadow is clearing out anything that could interfere with that elevation. If your spirit aligns with what is being revealed so far, you may comment 444 to acknowledge this divine moment. Chosen one. Your shadow also activates during seasons where your purpose is growing faster than the relationships around you. When God expands your calling, not everyone can follow. Your spirit begins to withdraw from people who are comfortable with your old self, but uncomfortable with your growth. Your shadow begins to silence connections that cannot support the version of you that God is shaping. You stop participating in conversations that keep you small. You stop giving energy to people who do not speak life into your purpose. You stop allowing yourself to shrink so others can feel comfortable. This shift is painful, but necessary. Growth demands separation. Destiny requires distance. Purpose requires pruning. There are seasons where your shadow becomes fierce when you are being spiritually tested. You may feel misunderstood, isolated, or even judged by others. But this is not a punishment, it is refinement. God isolates his chosen ones before he elevates them. He strengthens your shadow so that you can carry divine authority in a world that is spiritually unstable. When your shadow activates without warning, it is because God sees what you cannot. He sees the traps. He sees the jealousy. He sees the deception. He sees the spiritual attempts on your peace. And he uses your dark side as the shield that blocks everything sent to break you. Chosen one. You are not confused. You are not distant. You are not cold. You are protected. What you feel is God's hand guiding your inner world. The enemies that your shadow side exposes before they reach your light. Chosen one, you must understand that your journey is unlike the journey of ordinary people, and because of that, the way enemies are revealed to you is also extraordinary. The chosen walk with a level of spiritual protection that is invisible to most eyes. This protection is not always loud, dramatic, or obvious. Sometimes it appears quietly, silently, and subtly. And one of the greatest forms of protection God gave you is your shadow side. Before any enemy reaches your light, your shadow exposes them. It reveals their intentions even when their words sound sweet. It senses their motives even when their actions appear kind. It picks up on their vibration long before your mind registers anything wrong. Your enemies rarely introduce themselves as enemies. They come disguised as supporters, helpers, admirers, or harmless connections. Some come laughing with you. Some come praying with you. Some come acting loyal. Some come copying your behavior to blend in. But no matter how convincing their mask may seem, your shadow recognizes the truth behind it. You may not have proof, you may not have evidence, but your spirit reacts instantly. A quiet discomfort rises inside you. A heaviness forms in your chest. A subtle warning whispers within. You begin questioning something about them, even if you cannot explain why. This is your shadow exposing the spiritual threat. Chosen one. Your dark side carries a deep awareness of deceptive intentions. You have met people who appeared innocent, yet something about them did not align with your spirit. They never harmed you openly, but your intuition refused to trust them. You tried to ignore the feeling, but every time you engaged with them, something felt off. This is because your shadow sensed their spiritual vibration. Light may be fooled by words, but shadow reads energy. Your shadow can detect jealousy disguised as support, competition disguised as admiration, and manipulation disguised as kindness. One of the first types of enemies your shadow exposes is the silent observer. These are individuals who stay close, not to bless you, but to study you. They watch your growth, your habits, your movement, your blessings, and your patterns. They appear harmless, but they carry intentions that do not align with God's plan for you. They may not attack you directly, but they carry silent envy. They want what you have, but they do not have the calling or the character to sustain it. Your shadow senses this misalignment immediately. They speak politely, but your spirit feels tightened. They smile, but your intuition steps back. This is divine exposure. Another type of enemy your shadow reveals is the pretender who mirrors you. They copy your language, your ideas, your energy, and your spiritual presence. They do this not because they admire you, but because they want to blend into your environment. They want to benefit from your light while hiding their own spiritual emptiness. Your shadow picks up on this mimicry before your conscious mind understands it. You begin feeling uneasy around them. You sense an artificial connection. You feel their spirit is not authentic. God uses your shadow to distance you from those who only want proximity to your blessings, not to your soul. There are also enemies who come with the intention to drain you. These individuals do not wish you well in their hearts, yet they attach themselves to you because your energy is powerful and healing. They seek your wisdom, your encouragement, your peace, and your emotional support, but they give nothing in return. They leave you drained after every interaction. Your shadow recognizes these spiritual parasites immediately. You begin feeling tired around them. You feel your spirit becoming quiet. You feel a sudden urge to protect your energy. Your shadow is shielding your light from those who want to use your spirit as a fuel source. There are enemies who disguise themselves as mentors or guides. They try to position themselves above you, offering advice or direction, not because they want to help, but because they want to control. They try to influence your decisions. They try to shape your path. They try to insert themselves into your spiritual growth. Your shadow senses their hidden agenda instantly. You feel resistance in your soul when they speak. You feel discomfort when they try to guide you. You feel something is off, even if their words sound wise. This is God showing you that their motives are rooted in pride, not love. Your shadow protects you from manipulation disguised as leadership. Another category of enemies your shadow exposes is the jealous friend. These individuals may genuinely like you, but their envy grows quietly in the background. They compare themselves to you, resent your blessings, or feel threatened by your light. They may act supportive, but their spirit vibrates with insecurity. Your shadow detects this misalignment long before they reveal it. You notice small comments that feel uncomfortable. You sense their energy shift when you share good news. You feel their spirit retreat when you elevate. God shows you these things early so their jealousy does not turn into sabotage. There are also enemies who plan to betray you long before you see the signs. These individuals carry secret intentions, hidden resentment, or silent hatred, yet they stay close to gather information or benefit from your presence. They smile, but carry darkness in their hearts. They laugh, but carry plans against you. Your shadow senses them instantly. You may feel uneasy sharing details about your life. You may feel the urge to limit conversations. You may feel hesitant to trust them. This is divine protection. Your shadow does not need visible evidence. It reads spiritual frequencies that the natural world cannot hide. Chosen one. Your shadow also exposes enemies who speak blessings with their mouths but carry curses in their spirit. They congratulate you publicly but envy you privately. They encourage you superficially but desire your downfall internally. They speak positively, but their energy contradicts their words. Your shadow absorbs their vibration and rejects it. You feel disconnected from them even when they are being friendly. You feel spiritually disturbed when they come near. You feel drained after interacting with them. These sensations are not random. They are warnings sent by God. There will be times when God exposes enemies through dreams. You may see faces, symbols, or scenarios that reveal someone's true intentions. You may wake up with clarity about a situation you previously did not understand. Dreams are one of the ways your shadow communicates with your conscious mind. When your spirit shows you something at night, believe it. God often reveals danger in the spiritual realm before it appears in the physical realm. There will also be times when God exposes an enemy by removing your peace around them. Peace is the language of light. Disturbance is the language of shadow. When your peace disappears around someone, your shadow is signaling danger. Pay attention to this loss of ease. Pay attention to this internal friction. Pay attention to this spiritual alarm. God is revealing what your natural eyes cannot see. Some enemies are not people you meet. They are people already around you. Family members, co-workers, friends, or long-time acquaintances. The chosen often face betrayal from people they trusted, but the chosen are never blindsided in the spirit. Your shadow senses betrayal before it happens. You feel distance before they pull away. You feel tension before they speak against you. You feel warning before they make a move. God never allows his chosen ones to walk into destruction without protection. And then there are enemies who envy your spirit. They are not jealous of your material blessings. They are jealous of your light, your strength, your resilience, your grace, your peace, your spiritual gifts, your calling, and your identity in God. They cannot understand why you rise after every storm. They cannot understand why you remain calm under pressure. They cannot understand why you attract favor. They cannot understand why you shine even when you are broken. Your shadow detects their spiritual discomfort. It warns you before their envy turns into harmful action. Chosen one. The reason your shadow exposes enemies early is because your light must remain untouched. God has a purpose for you that cannot be contaminated by betrayal, drained by jealousy, or manipulated by deceit. Every person who carries the wrong intention is removed from your life spiritually before they are removed physically. Your shadow does not negotiate with threats. It does not tolerate disrespect. It does not allow spiritual interference. It exposes every enemy so your light can remain pure. When you feel the shift, when you feel the warning, when you feel the distance, when you feel the heaviness, trust it. God is speaking. Your shadow is speaking. Your spirit is protecting you. Your enemies cannot reach your light because your shadow stands in front of it. How to balance your light and dark without losing your peace. Chosen one. There comes a time in every chosen one's life when they must learn to balance the two sides God placed within them. You are not just light. You are not just shadow. You are a divine combination of both. Your light is your kindness, your compassion, your healing energy, your purity, and your connection to the Most High. Your shadow is your boundaries, your discernment, your inner strength, your spiritual armor, and your ability to sense danger long before it arrives. Both sides are holy, both sides are necessary, and both sides must work together if you want to walk your spiritual path without losing your peace. One of the first steps to finding balance is accepting that your dark side is not sinful or shameful. Many chosen ones grew up believing that any part of them that felt strong, intense, bold, or protective was somehow wrong. They were told to always be gentle, always be soft, always be giving, always be forgiving, always be available. But chosen ones are not meant to live without boundaries. God never intended for his chosen ones to be spiritually exposed. He gave you a dark side so that your light would not be misused, drained, or manipulated. Understanding this truth brings freedom. Your shadow is not your enemy. It is the guardian of your soul. The next step in balancing your two sides is recognizing the signals your spirit gives you. Your shadow speaks through intuition. It speaks through discomfort. It speaks through silence. It speaks through distance. When someone's energy is wrong for you, your shadow pulls you inward. When a situation is unhealthy, your shadow makes you withdraw. When a conversation is spiritually off, your shadow pushes you into stillness. These responses are not random, they are spiritual guidance. Do not ignore them. Ignoring your shadow leads to emotional exhaustion, spiritual vulnerability, and unnecessary pain. At the same time, your light speaks through compassion. It speaks through peace. It speaks through clarity. It speaks through warmth. When someone is aligned with your spirit, you feel it instantly. When an opportunity is from God, your light expands. When you are walking in purpose, your light feels strong and centered. The key to balancing both sides is learning to listen to both voices. Your light guides your direction. Your shadow guards your steps. Chosen one, true balance happens when you no longer fight with yourself. Many chosen ones struggle because they view their shadow as a disruption. They feel guilty for feeling distant. They feel guilty for feeling cautious. They feel guilty for saying no. They feel guilty for cutting off draining relationships. They feel guilty for protecting their energy. But these actions are necessary. Boundaries do not block love. They protect love. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. Distance is not coldness, it is wisdom. To maintain balance, you must stop apologizing for the parts of you that keep you safe. Your shadow appears to shield your heart, not harden it. When you feel protective, trust it. When you feel cautious, trust it. When you feel the urge to withdraw, trust it. Your intuition is God's voice inside you. Your shadow is God's hand covering you. Another essential part of balance is knowing when to activate each side. Your light is meant for your purpose, your calling, your divine assignments, and the people who are aligned with your destiny. Your shadow is meant for warfare, discernment, protection, and boundaries. You cannot shine your light on everyone. Some people cannot handle your purity. Some people do not deserve your compassion. Some people are not meant to access your energy. You must be selective with your light. God wants you to shine, but He also wants you to protect what He placed inside you. You also cannot lead your life with shadow alone. If you let your dark side dominate for too long, you become overly cautious, overly withdrawn, overly guarded, and overly distant. Your heart starts to feel closed. Your spirit becomes heavy. Your joy becomes quiet. This happens when you forget to let your light breathe. Chosen ones need moments of peace, connection, prayer, divine reflection, and rest. These moments strengthen your light so your shadow does not become your default state. To maintain balance, you must honor both sides daily. When you feel overwhelmed, pause. When you feel spiritually sensitive, rest. When your intuition alerts you, listen. When you feel inspired, create. When you feel guided, follow. When your spirit needs silence, embrace it. When your heart needs expansion, allow it. Balance is not a fixed state, it is a flow. You shift depending on the spiritual environment around you. Chosen one, another key to balancing your light and shadow is learning emotional neutrality. This means responding from wisdom, not reaction. Your shadow should not make you harsh. Your light should not make you naive. Emotional neutrality allows you to walk through challenges without losing yourself. When someone attempts to provoke you, your shadow keeps you grounded. When someone tries to pull you into chaos, your light keeps you centered. When someone tries to manipulate you, your shadow sees the truth. When someone needs your compassion, your light provides it. Neutrality is the space where you use both sides without letting either overpower the other. Prayer is also essential in maintaining this balance. Prayer strengthens your light. It keeps your intentions pure. It restores your inner peace. It aligns your spirit with God's purpose. But prayer also strengthens your shadow. It sharpens your discernment. It awakens your intuition. It exposes spiritual attacks. It protects your mind and heart. Prayer is the key that keeps both sides aligned with the Most High. Chosen one, you must also learn to protect your peace as if it is sacred, because it is. Peace is the language of your light. Disturbance is the language of your shadow. When peace is present, your light shines effortlessly. When peace is threatened, your shadow rises immediately. The moment your peace disappears, something is spiritually wrong. Listen to that moment. Do not force connections that no longer feel peaceful. Do not engage in conversations that disturb your spirit. Do not remain in environments that drain your inner fire. Protecting your peace is both spiritual work and emotional discipline. Self-awareness is another important part of balance. You must know what triggers your shadow. Stress, deception, dishonesty, disrespect, spiritual pollution, manipulation, and draining people activate your dark side quickly. When these triggers arise, pause before reacting. Let your shadow guide your boundaries, not your anger. You must also know what nourishes your light. Prayer, silence, gratitude, nature, music, reflection, scripture, and genuine connections strengthen your spirit. Make time for these things daily. Chosen one. Your balance grows stronger when you stop explaining yourself to people who do not understand your calling. Some people will misinterpret your shadow as attitude. Some will misinterpret your silence as arrogance. Some will misinterpret your boundaries as rejection. Some will misinterpret your distance as coldness. But you must not let their misunderstanding disturb your balance. People who do not carry your spiritual assignment will never understand your spiritual behavior. You are not chosen to be understood. You were chosen to be protected. Learning to balance your two sides also means learning to release what no longer aligns. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. When God separates you from someone, it is because they are not part of your elevation. When God removes a desire, it is because it was limiting your destiny. When God closes a door, it is because that door was not built for your calling. Release with peace, release with faith, release with spiritual maturity. Your shadow guides the separation. Your light embraces the new beginning. Finally, chosen. One real balance comes when you embrace who you are fully. You are light and you are shadow. You are compassion and you are discernment. You are softness and you are strength. You are healing and you are boundaries. You are mercy and you are justice. God designed you with both sides so that no storm can destroy you, no enemy can deceive you, no chaos can break you, and no darkness can dim you. When your light and shadow walk together, you become spiritually unstoppable. You become aligned. You become centered. You become whole. Conclusion. A final divine reminder to the true chosen only. Chosen one, you have now seen the truth about yourself, a truth that many spend their entire lives trying to understand. You carry a light that heals, uplifts, inspires, and reveals the presence of God everywhere you go. But you also carry a dark side that stands like a spiritual guardian in front of that light. This dark side is not your enemy. It is the unseen shield God formed through every trial you survived, every lesson you learned, every heartbreak you healed from, and every spiritual battle you conquered. Without this side, your light would not have survived the journey. You now understand why you shift when certain people enter your space. You now understand why your spirit withdraws when energy is unclean. You now understand why your intuition speaks louder in certain seasons. You now understand why your mood changes without any obvious reason. These are not flaws. These are not weaknesses. These are not emotional imbalances. These are divine alerts. This is God's protective design. Chosen one. Moving forward, you must walk with confidence in who you are. Do not fear your shadow. Do not suppress your instincts. Do not apologize for your boundaries. Do not question the warnings God sends through your inner world. Your dark side protects your soul. Your light reveals your purpose. Together, they make you unstoppable. As you step into your next season, Trust the balance God has placed within you. Trust the way your spirit shifts. Trust the silence. Trust the distance. Trust the heaviness. Trust the clarity. Your shadow will guard your path. Your light will guide your destiny. Chosen one, your journey is only beginning. Embrace both sides and walk boldly into what God has prepared for you.